Chapter 16. A Gift. That day at the kindergarten was full of adventure and new impressions. First, Kevin repaired Swayingi. Then Alfred played nicely with the children, and the little people also got a new friend, Hubert. Now there were 4 of them. The children expanded the small house and arranged a new room for the new inhabitant. When the preschoolers went home with their parents, the small figures were left alone.
"The children are so good to us,"
said Swayingi.
"They always cared about us. I would like to give them a gift, but I'm so small. I don't know if I can do it."
"You can do it," Hubert comforted him.
"If you want, you can do anything."
"I have an idea," shouted Mimi.
"Come on."
She left the house first, and the other figures followed her. Swayingi fastened a piece of yarn twine to a tree in the garden. Using this rope, everyone climbed down to the floor, except for Hoppy. He simply jumped down like a ball. Then they ran towards the cupboard with the drawing supplies. Hoppy jumped up onto a shelf and attached the other end of the rope to a nail in the cabinet. Mimi and Swayingi climbed up the rope, followed by Hubert. There, they took 4 sheets of paper out of the cupboard box and spread them on the shelf next to each other. They stood on them as if on large white carpets. Then Swayingi and Hubert brought a crayon. They tried to draw, but it was too big and heavy. Mimi noticed that a small piece of crayon had broken off. She picked it up. For her, the piece was just right.
"Let's look for more small pieces,"
said Swayingi. The little people took the big crayon back and looked for the broken ends. They found few of several colors there. They took as many as they needed and got to work. Each figure drew his or her own portrait. In addition, each of them held a large red heart in a drawing. When they had finished drawing, they went to the huge treasure basket with colorful feathers, pearls, stickers, bows, and shiny strings. Mimi chose glowing sequins and glued them to the hair on the drawing. It looked like a golden diadem. She decorated the dresses with colorful ribbons. Hoppy attached yellow and blue feathers to the picture so it looked as if he had wings. Swayingi glued beads that looked like buttons on his sweater. Hubert decorated his self-portrait with orange straps made of cords. The drawings were ready. The little people, dirty from crayons and glue, looked at their work with admiration.
"Now what?"
asked Hubert.
"Where do we put them?"
The little people decided to put the drawings on the children's shelves. They cleaned up after themselves in the cabinet, attached the pictures to the rope, and lowered them carefully. Hoppy helped by jumping from the floor onto the cupboards and back again, and tying and loosening the ropes alternately where necessary. He worked a lot, but luckily he enjoyed jumping. This way, the figurines moved all the pictures and put them on Betty's, John's, Kevin's, and Alfred's cabinet respectively. They were very satisfied with their work. Figurines decided to go back home and go to bed earlier. They looked forward to the next day.